I mean, look at that. I mean, is that not good?
Oh yeah.
Like when you brown the mushrooms and you don't steam them, it just makes a richer sauce, a lot more flavor. I'll just put a little Parmesan.
She said it. She practiced it.
I know I do, yes. Because so many people get after me, Parmesan. No.
You should be.
I say in my mind, Parmigiano Reggiano, so it's Parmesan. Hi guys.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Hey Izzy, I love the apron you're wearing because that was one of the aprons we had on at Amy Roloff's little kitchen.
I know. I love the colors. My favorite.
Okay, I love it too. I hope I still have mine. You know this apron that I'm wearing?
Yeah.
I bought it at a craft store, and this woman took old vintage tablecloths and made them into aprons.
Brilliant.
I thought, oh, I need one. You know me. How many aprons do I have?
Yeah, no. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't get a few.
Yeah. Well, thank you for wanting to cook with your mom and mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was thinking though, when you guys were living with me for, you know, a couple of years, I don't think we ever really cooked together. Like I made something and you guys made something for yourself because you guys, I mean, Jacob has grown into being vegetarian or vegan or whatever. And obviously you were more into that.
Yeah.
And, but I can't believe we never cooked together.
Yeah, we call it flexitarian now because we kind of I mean she doesn't eat any meat at all, but I eat some turkey nowadays, you know, so we're flexible.
Yeah, like once in a while.
Yeah, but most of the meals or any meal I cook,
generally everything's gonna be like we use vegetable broth and stuff like that. But yeah, that was probably why, just different dietary.
Oh, there's some dog noises happening.
Oh, that's okay. I'm surprised Felix isn't right by my feet.
Doing his little tags jingling.
Oh yeah, well I bought him another collar. In fact, you're right. I got to put his name tags on that collar. That's what I forgot to do.
Some tags or collars now, Mom, they have these little rubber things that make the noise go away on his tags, just so you know.
Oh really?
I mean, yeah, it's like a little rubber sound breaker, basically.
Oh, that's cool. Anyway. I'll have to look into that.
But we already fed them, so
I thought of this. Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
We already fed them, so they won't be in our under our feet, hopefully.
Well, I remember, you know, because your dogs are bigger, especially Moose.
Yeah.
Well, especially Murphy, Zach and Tori's dog, because you know the counter was low at the farmhouse. Well, this counter is low too that I'm at in the new house, in my new house. Oh, I could see their little nose sniffing around the counter and everything, like, oh, anything there for me?
Yeah.
Like Grandpa said, Hoover dogs.
Yeah, Hoover dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Little vacuums. That's what I always say. Well, you have to make sure if you're cooking with things that they cannot consume, don't knock it on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, certain things, onions, mushrooms.
Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying it. And I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to it. And oh, don't forget to click that little bell up there and you'll be notified of future videos that are new and coming on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that. And I would really appreciate it if you shared the video and let other people know and encourage them to subscribe and like the videos as well. So anyway, thank you and back to the video.
There's a lot of what we're cooking today. They can have carrots, and I've actually gave them.
Really? Onions and mushrooms? Well, I could see onions, but not mushrooms?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not, there's like levels to it, you know, that are going to be more toxic to them than others. But yeah, they say to avoid mushrooms, but I like to give them carrots sometimes as a treat.
Yeah.
Carrot.
Well, I think maybe cooked carrots, Felix would do okay with, but, you know, a carrot, like a raw carrot fell on the ground. He picked it up, took it wherever, started chewing it, and then he didn't finish it because it's like probably, I don't know, didn't taste good, too crunchy, who knows?
Yeah.
Just like people, some dogs are picky.
Yeah.
Well, I thought of that when I was thinking of something, because Chris is a meat and potatoes guy, and I thought we need to do something without meat. And I was thinking, what's hearty, what's earthy, and I love eggplant, but if I told him eggplant was in it, he'd probably never eat it. But he likes mushrooms, so I thought, well, how about I create like it's not like I created anything, suddenly brand new. But I just took versions of stuff and kind of made a mushroom, I call it a ragu sauce, because I use tomatoes sauce or whole tomatoes and crush them up and stuff like that. But I wanted to, try and create some non-meat dishes that maybe Chris would like. But I thought of you guys when I came up with this. And as we talked on the phone, Izzy, a little after I came up with this recipe and I made it the first time, and this is like my third time making it because I like how I'm doing the mushrooms better than I did the first time. They were too chunky the first time. Anyway, I'm thinking, oh, Amy, please. I'm sure Isabel has cooked with mushrooms and probably has made a version of this, So that's why I appreciate you guys being here. So
yeah, we're excited.
Yes.
We got everything ready.
You got everything chopped? Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the saucepan here.
Okay.
You don't
No, not everything chopped, but I mean, we have everything in front of us. And I wanted to show you I got this gluten-free pasta, this spaghetti.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, this is Jacob's right? You like spaghetti?
I don't remember, but yes.
Not this brand.
Angel hair, or like the thin ones. Yeah. Basically spaghetti.
And this is the brand we usually eat.
And you know what? I think with this recipe, because the carrots and everything are pretty much like chopped, I didn't want big chunks.
Right.
Because the mushrooms definitely cook down. But I think this is a good meal for angel hair.
Yeah.
Like to me, if you just do a marinara sauce, I think angel hair pasta is great. But if you add meat to your sauce and stuff, sometimes I think the sauce is too heavy for angel hair. So linguine or spaghetti is a lot better.
Yeah.
Or like shrimp is good with angel hair. So that's great. I think this is a great thing to go with angel hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're going to tell us a little bit about vegetarian or whatever cooking, because that's what you do all the time. So like I said, it's not like this recipe is suddenly brand new to you.
Well, yeah, it's a lot like this, just a lot of vegetables.
Maybe one of these days, Mom, we could do this again and do a breakfast, because Izzy.
See, I told you.
Izzy makes a veggie biscuits
and
and gravy with vegetarian based meat and everything, like the sausage in it and everything, and then like mushrooms.
And he asks for it more than anything else.
It's just delicious. So as far as other veggie meals go, we could do that.
Well, that was one of his favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that was when I ate meat, because everybody makes it with, the country style with like the sausage in it.
Yeah.
So I could never have it after I stopped eating meat, but they make some pretty good substitutes now. So.
Do you ever use turkey sausage?
Yeah, actually, I eat like turkey pepperonis on like.
Yeah, we made our own pizzas the other day, and
pizzas,
I made a vegetarian one, and he made one with turkey pepperoni.
And I do little like breakfast sandwiches with hard-boiled eggs, actually. So yeah, I eat eggs and stuff.
Yeah. I think eggs are a good source of protein too, So obviously, compared to you growing up and your eating habits and all the pop you drank.
Oh yeah.
I think going a little vegan or vegetarian is probably good for you.
Yeah, honestly.
I think one thing with this dish, I like, really cutting up the vegetables in small pieces, because carrots can be heavy, onions can be heavy when you're cooking with mushrooms, which is kind of like a delicate, vegetable, especially after you cook it. What else is that a carrot? Is that a yellow carrot, Izzy?
Yeah, I got the rainbow carrots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so Jacob is my sous chef. Every time we cook, I always ask him to. And when we make biscuits and gravy, he makes the biscuits, because I love to cook, but I'm not a baker. I don't like to do the particular measuring and all of that stuff. So it's a collaborative.
Oh, Jacob, I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
Because you know what? I'm really not a baker either. I bake what I would call, you know, some of the basic stuffs. I try and get a little fancy with the cakes or, you know, stuff like that. But I like the rustic desserts, like the crostata, which is really, you make like a pie crust, you lay it out, put your stuff in there, and you just kind of fold it.
Yeah.
Or like pies or cobblers or crisp and, you know, cookies, obviously. You know?
Molly came to visit. We just said we wanted to make banana bread, and she just whipped it up like it was nothing.
Yeah. No, it is so fun to bake with Molly because, in fact, I'm going to ask her if she'd do a baking thing with me on Zoom as well.
Why don't we do a 3-way?
Oh, yes, we could do a 3-way.
We want to make banana bread, and she's the master.
We should all make chocolate chip banana bread or something, or whatever.
Oh, I made chocolate chip banana muffins.
Oh, okay. Whatever you haven't made recently.
Oh no, it's I. You know what? There's the basicness to you know, baking, but there's just slight little variations that other people do. That's really fun to know. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my saute pan. I've got a little bit of oil going on in here.
Okay.
And I'll add a little bit of salt and pepper. I do not add my garlic right now because you don't want your garlic to burn.
So you're adding the garlic first?
Whoa, I have a hot pan going on.
So you're doing the garlic right now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't put the garlic in yet because the carrots and the celery and the onions will take a while. Not a while, but longer. And you just don't want that bitter taste and stuff with your garlic. So add it just before your vegetables are done. And the thing, so just to let everyone else know, I have, this is a recipe that people can make more of or less of. So what I'm doing right now is I think I have 2 or 3, you know, diced carrots. I think I did 1 small onion because I don't want too much onion because onion can be overpowering. And I think I have 2 celery stalks.
Okay. Yeah. We have 2 celery stalks. We're gonna just do a half of a big onion.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We did 1 of these. Should we do a second one?
It just depends on, you know, how much you want, but it's okay to do another carrot.
Okay.
And then the mushrooms, I have my mushrooms all sliced up. In fact, I'm going to slice up a few more.
Yeah, do you
have 2,
she doesn't,
you know, 2 8-ounce cartons.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't, so you do smaller than this, right? In little.
No, I just sliced them.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I made this recipe the first time, or, you know, I mean, a lot of these recipes I've made like eons ago, but they feel new because I haven't done them in so long. All I did was quarter, you know, the mushroom. And I just thought with this recipe, it was just too like chunky. I really like the sliced mushrooms.
Okay, yeah.
But, you know, people can do whatever they want. That's as you mentioned, Izzy, that's the thing about cooking. You know, obviously there's some basics to cooking. Like when you make biscuits and gravy, when you're making that gravy part, you need to create a roux and don't cook it too fast, but cook it long enough so you get out that flour taste, but you get a brownness to it. So, you know, it's that really kind of good flavor, really. Toasty.
We do pasta and vegetables quite often. And then I like to try all different pastas. This one is made with brown rice, but some of them are made with chickpeas. I don't know. We both can't really tell the difference.
I think, you know, to me, the biggest thing would be how does the pasta hold up?
Yeah.
Depending on what it's made with.
And it cooks.
Have you seen different variations of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them I can definitely notice they kind of get starchy or something. They just have like a certain consistency.
Yeah, he's very particular about his consistencies and like the textures of things. So it's a blessing that he loves mushrooms because I do cook with them so often. So
Oh, well, listen, if you're a vegan or vegetarian, I mean, when you're limited in vegetables, I'd be like,
Well, also,
it would drive me crazy.
I mean, I don't want to gross anybody out, but it's like when you're eating meat things, you kind of watch what you're eating, you know, like sometimes you'll pick something out of your mouth or you're just like, what am I, but with veggie based things, it's like all of this is vegetables. And so I just kind of, there's some sort of ease in that, in like eating, you know, I'm not as picky because it's like, oh, this is vegetable. And there's like something that's like, you shouldn't eat so much soy and you shouldn't eat too much of anything, you know, but just in general, like it's all safe because it's all veggies, you know.
Well, you know, even if you do like meat, you know, sometimes I can definitely tell the difference between organic or how animals raised or smaller farms and you know things like that. I think sometimes organic and smaller farm raised meat or eggs or chicken or whatever just has a little more like flavor, and that texture is just you know just better than, you know. But then I always think we got a lot of people to feed.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put in a little bit of salt in my veggies now.
Okay.
And that will help sweat the vegetables. And also give them a little flavor.
Do you have your onion in too yet?
Yes, I put it all in together.
Okay.
And just before the vegetables are done, Izzy, I usually put in the seasoning just so some flavors can be incorporated in the veggies.
When do you add the fresh thyme? I know the Italian seasoning.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I didn't have fresh thyme, and for the life of me, I don't even have dried thyme. So I'm just using Italian seasonings.
Okay, I have both. I was able to find, I haven't used it. I use dry thyme, but I'm using the fresh thyme.
Oh no, I love the fresh herbs better. In fact, I wish I would have taken care of, you know, the little potted herbs that I have outside. But yeah. Well, my veggies are almost done. How about you?
They could use a little bit, 5 more minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add the garlic.
Okay.
I think I had my pot on too hot. I think I charged some of the veggies.
That's okay.
So you guys, Bend, you're in Bend.
Yeah.
It's not quite a year, right?
No, it'll be a year in like July or something, like late July. I think we got this place.
So are you still happy living in Bend?
Oh yeah, I think we'll probably renew our lease here. I mean, we moved into somebody breaking their lease, so I don't think it's like impossible to do that here. So even if we were to renew it and then want to move out within a year, I think we'd be able to.
Well, I think so too, because I think space and finding a place to live is, you know, I don't think the owner or the manager or whatever would have a hard time.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard at all to find somebody.
How long is the lease typically for?
A year. So.
Yeah.
So actually, I don't know if ours restarted when we took the other person's over, but okay, yeah. So it's July that we'd be here a year.
But we love how sunny it is. The sun shows its face every single day. It's a lot different.
Even if it's cold.
Yeah, it'll snow and there's snow on the ground, but then like, you know, that afternoon it'll be sunny and there's pros and cons for like the ice and stuff, but in general it's so nice. Like you don't get that sort of seasonal sadness that people talk about, you know.
Yeah.
It's called
Well,
sad.
I'm glad you found a job, and you know your mom is talking here. I think it'd be great if you worked there at least for 2 years, just to, you know, have experience, but also a good recommendation, because you know you got good character. You're a great guy, and you're doing great there, and that just goes a long way with whatever else you do too.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot. Doing good.
Can I just ask?
Yes.
You have it covered, your sauce or your vegetables?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Like I said, I think I had it on too high. I charred my
I'm about medium.
yeah, I would say medium high. I'm trying to get a good angle here, guys. Woohoo!
Do you have a like electric stove, Mom?
No gas. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we
I was
have
going to say something else. Thank God, but no, I'm glad I have gas.
the coil electric one. Does that affect like heat at all? Like what we like? Should we do it less? Because I feel like when the metal heats up, it like gets hotter than it actually is set.
Well, it's been so long since I cooked on electric heat. But the thing you have to remember on electric heat, when you turn it off, it's still hot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think every stove, I mean, gas, you can pretty much every gas is the same, except for maybe the size of the flame, the burner type of thing. But I think your electric stoves vary, just like an oven varies. 350-degree oven to me, maybe 345, why ovens vary, I don't know.
Right.
But that's why if you really wanted to test your oven, put in a thermometer, like an oven-proof thermometer. And just to see if you put it on 350, is it truly 350?
That's a good idea.
Okay, this is what I usually do on this meal too, is that I take the vegetables out, and then often I have to do the mushroom in batches, because when you pile them all on top, they don't cook as evenly, and sometimes you're now like steaming them because there's a lot of water in here. And that's why I don't add salt to the mushrooms until towards the very end, because the water seeps out, and then you're just like steaming them instead of having kind of like that brown, brown mushroom flavor, earthy type of thing. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take my veggies out.
Okay.
I know it's an extra step, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, I definitely charred my veggies. And what I do in my can now, I'll either put in a little butter or olive oil, just a little bit, because butter and olive oil can sometimes work like salt, but not as fast to draw the water out of the mushroom. So I just do very little.
Okay.
What am I going to do?
And you do half of the mushrooms?
What?
Do you do half of the mushrooms?
Yeah, just enough to not pile them all on. You might have to do it in 2, maybe 3 batches.
Okay.
And I don't put the lid on here because I don't want them to steam. I want them to kind of like brown.
And you don't add.
So it takes a little bit. So what is your favorite thing to cook?
That's a good question. I really do love to make pastas. Yeah, we do. We have this company that makes vegetarian like tortellinis. So tortellinis, and
Nick always like tortellini.
Yeah, he really likes those. And then we do pesto. It's like a basil pesto.
Mm-hmm.
And we add like some vegetarian sausage and a ton of veggies. That's one of our staple meals. We have we started a little list of all of our favorite meals.
I like the biscuits and gravy. That's like definitely the best. We eat that for dinner sometimes. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Christmas we had just our biscuits and gravy.
Yep. And for his birthday, that's what he wanted. And we just started this little thing. So we said, we're not scrambling to figure out what to eat for dinner. We just have it in this little booklet. So
we also have your other cookbook over here. We use that one.
That's great.
I really like to make this really hearty soup that's full of like potatoes and carrots and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then have you ever heard of Yum Bowls, Cafe Yum? Have you ever been there?
There's one over by Home Depot actually, I think.
Yeah.
Where you are.
Oh, really?
It's just like basically a rice veggie. They have different types, you know, with different ingredients, but like a rice base, and then you can.
But the sauce is what really makes it,
Yeah.
because it's just like rice, beans, veggies, and then sometimes tofu, and then they have this sauce. So instead of going there to eat, we just bought the sauce.
What is the sauce like?
It's canola oil, water, almonds, nutritional yeast, garbanzo beans, some soy, lemon juice,
Show the picture.
salt, garlic, and herbs. It's just like this.
Okay, so it's almost like a vinaigrette or a creamy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
but it's got a really great flavor. So we just make rice bowls and add that to it. And then tofu scrambled. So instead of eggs, if you add turmeric to tofu, you make it it's kind of ground. You add turmeric, it looks like scrambled eggs.
And you can get like different types of tofu, like what's it called? It's like there's like wet, firm or soft and stuff, and so you get the firm, and then you can it's just like.
I know you're not the biggest fan.
I know. Why is it? I just have a thing about tofu.
There are ways to cook it that is just so good now.
It's essentially a sponge, so it will absorb whatever you cook it with, and so it's such a neutral thing. But you're totally right. Some people don't do it well, and it's just kind of wet, and it's just kind of
Or just kind of like.
Yeah, it can be done well, and I've learned how to make it so that it's really flavorful, good consistency, good texture.
Well, that's what I find with mushroom and eggplant. It's not quite like a sponge, but they definitely absorb. You know, like if you cook it in butter or oil or any of the flavors, you know, it's kind of like pumpkin.
Yeah.
You know, pumpkin has a very bland flavor, but if you can make it sweet, which obviously most people are familiar with, or you can make it more savory, even with butternut squash. There's definitely a certain flavor to it, but it's got more of a neutral base.
I like to do butternut squash sometimes and add a little bit of salt, but also you can add a little bit of like syrup, maple syrup.
Yeah.
Just the two make it just has really good flavor. It's not too sweet and it's not too salty. It's just like this perfect. I roast it in the oven sometimes.
Yeah. I'm going to add some more mushrooms. I'm going to take these out and add some more.
Oh, you take them out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want the cooked you don't want the unfinished or the raw mushrooms on top of the cook. Okay, where's my thing? Oh, here it is. One thing I forget about cooking with these pots is the handles are hot.
Oh, those are the Le Creuset or whatever?
Yeah, I do have one of those handle things.
Drop the mushroom. Gotta pick it up. No dogs eating it.
Okay, I'm going to show you these. See, this is, I think on the top, you can see how they're browned a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you don't add salt when you're cooking your mushrooms, you'll get more of this browned mushrooms, and they just have just so much more flavor than, unless you want them more steamed, but if you add salt to the mushrooms, it draws out the water and pretty much you're steaming your mushrooms instead of browning and sauteing them.
Nice.
I don't know, Izzy. Am I teaching you anything?
Yeah, totally.
And that's what I was gonna mention when you said like we didn't cook together when we lived with you, but I still watched you cook, and I asked you a lot of questions, I remember, and so I definitely picked up some things from you.
Oh, good. Why, that makes me happy. Because, you know, I never claimed that, you know, I'm just a home cook. I've learned along the way. In fact, what was this one thing that I learned and I could not believe it? I'm like, that makes sense. But sometimes when you get to cooking, you get into habits.
Yeah.
And so it just becomes routine, but it's still fun. And so you don't think really of other ways that could be better or different of doing something. Now I can't remember what that one thing was. Oh, brothers. Anyway.
And I always remember and really appreciate all the times you use like veggie broth instead of chicken broth and stuff, like different things when you like accommodated. I always,
Oh yeah.
yeah. And
Well,
that's,
it was good to have you there as a reminder, though, too, because it's not like whatever dish I was doing, did it really absolutely have to have beef broth?
yeah.
No, veggie broth, or something of that sort.
And that's what I got for today. I got veggie broth instead of wine. I know.
Oh, no, that's good. Yeah.
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 I just had red wine. It's with mushrooms, because I think of that as earthy and everything, and you're adding tomatoes. Red wine complements that well because of the acidity and stuff like that. Sometimes when I'm making, my own sauce, like this is a Hunt's brand, but no salt added. I do add just a little bit of sugar, depending on my tomato sauce, because it's a little bit tart and the acidity of it. It kind of mellows it out. Well, listen, I want to show everyone what you made for me that I'm going to put on hand.
Shoot. She likes it.
See?
Oh wow, what a great frame.
Wow.
I put it in a gold frame. Do you think it looks nice?
Yeah, definitely.
What
I
a
was
great-
thinking it might take away or bring out some of the gold in your artwork.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Izzy made this for me, everybody, and I was so excited. It's kind of like a housewarming gift and everything. So she's got a lot of art going on that I'm so proud of her. Both you guys, good writers, good everything. And so I'm going to put this in my bathroom because my downstairs bathroom, I wanted to be like a garden.
Yeah.
And so this reminds me of like, I don't know what your intention was, but for me, it reminds me of like the woods, like the forest with a little stream running through it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or creek or whatever like that. So
Yeah.
I think that was really cool.
I'm so glad you like it. I asked like